Hello Amritians, I hope you all are fine. So, this is the second video of Scratch programming. In the first video, I had discussed about the introduction of Scratch programming. So, Scratch programming is a block-based programming. Let's first take a look at the environment of Scratch programming. First one is called the block palette. This is also called reservoir of codes. All the code blocks you will use come from here. There are multiple tabs for different types of blocks. Tabs for motion block, tabs for looks block, tabs for sound blocks, etc. So the second one is scripting area. This is where you drag code blocks in order to make programs. That's why we dragged the blocks from the block section to the scripting area. Next one is stage, where you can watch your program runs. The green flag allows you to start the program and the red stops the program when clicked. So the next one is Sprite information panel. This section allows you to work with the stage and sprites to modify sprite positions, sprite directions, stage backdrops, etc. for experimentation before you actually put those settings into your code and have run. It is very useful for designing. So let's take the practical look of the IDE of Scratch programming. So this is the IDE of Scratch programming. As I had already discussed, that this area is known as the block palette. This is called the block palette. So here you are having the code tab. It has different blocks from where you can drag your codes and drop in the scripting area. So this is the coding tab. The next one is the costume tab. This tab allows you to edit and make new costumes or appearances of the sprite of your program. So sprites are characters that you can move around and manipulate using codes. The orange cat is the default sprite that appears when you start a new Scratch program. By default, it is having two costumes. You can see the direction, the appearance of the sprite is changing as we click over the sprite. So this is what about the costume part. The next tab is sound tab. This tab allows you to incorporate new sounds to your game. So you can have a look from where you can incorporate the new sounds. So this button allows you to choose a sound. So this is all about the block palette. This is the scripting area where you drag the blocks and you drop over the scripting area. Code must start from a starting event in order to run. The code runs from top to bottom in the order of blocks attached to each other. So let's see how it runs from the top to bottom. See this, the first block that I am going to use is when green flag is clicked. The next block that I am going to use is move 10 steps. the next block that I'm going to use is change the costumes or switch costume to second. Since I'm already having only 2 costumes, so I can use the block that is next costume. So the next thing is, when I will run this program, you can see the different sections of the code run at the same time independent of each other by simply starting another line. So the program runs from top to bottom. When green flag is clicked, when I will click this green flag, the first block will execute it. The next one is move 10 steps. The sprite will move 10 steps. After that, it will again change its costumes. You can see whenever I will click on the green flag, it will change it. First it will move 10 steps, then it will change the costume. So this is how my default sprite will look when we program it. So the program always move from top to bottom. This one is the stage where you can watch your program run. The green flag allows you to start the program. The red stops the program when clicked. This one is Sprite Information Panel. This section allows you to work with the stage and sprite to modify sprite position or direction. You can see if I want to change the sprite direction, I can change it from here. So this is Sprite Information Panel. I can change the size of the sprite from here. You can see that sprite size is changed. So from here you can apply a lot of settings. You can also change the X and Y coordinates from Sprite Information Panel. So that is all about the environment of Scratch programming. This is the environment IDE of Scratch programming. 2 more buttons are there. This one is to save your video to your computer, and this option is to load a video from your computer. If you are having any video with the format .sp3, you can load that video from your computer or from your mobile device also. And if you want to save your video, you can use this tab to save your video. If you want to search your project, you can search from here. So that is all about the Scratch environment. This is an IDE of Scratch. So in the next video we will learn about the sprite, and we will change the background of the sprite, and we will choose a new sprite. Okay, so that's all for this video. Thank you very much.